Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about 5 nutrition tips that I wish I would have started using when I began my weight loss journey. So tip number 1, limit your calories on drinks. Earlier on in your journey, smaller changes can definitely have a much larger impact. I used to be a huge pop drinker. I worked at fast food places where it was always offered, and so taking a glass or two, I wouldn't really think anything of it, and you don't really realize how much sugar you're putting into your body. Nonetheless, all the other harmful stuff that comes in that. So what I did was I was just like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna stick to water, and that's what I've done, and that's how I have been. When you're beginning your weight loss journey, small changes will have a much larger impact. So me, if I was a soda drinker now, quitting would not have as significant of an impact as it would for someone who, say, is like 300 pounds just trying to start losing weight. But yeah, it's also good just because you are limiting the unnecessary sugar intake that comes along with drinking those kind of drinks. Some alternatives are definitely like some sparkling flavored water, just mineral water in general. You can get that at any local store. Powerade Zeros, stuff like that. Also, the less calories you use on your drinks, the more you will be able to use on your food throughout the day. Okay, so tip number 2 is track your calories. Now, I realize that this is not for everyone. When I first started my journey out, it was by no means what I was ready for. I did not want to look at numbers. I did not want to think about it. I just kind of wanted to eat what I thought was healthy and do my workouts, and that was pretty much it. So if seeing that number scares you, or it just creates like a mental barrier, the problem with this is if you see that number and it's not translating to the scale the way you want it to, a lot of people can tend to get frustrated, especially earlier on. So if that's describing yourself, then maybe this isn't for you. But I also do think this can be very, very helpful. I think counting calories is important because it creates mental awareness. It really shows you how much you should be eating. It can show you, what 200 calories of grapes looks like versus 200 calories of Pop-Tarts. Losing weight is all about sustainability and being in a caloric deficit. So if writing down your calories or counting them helps you, especially seeing that number and knowing you're not going over, at least knowing you're doing what you need to be doing, it can really help you out. If you're constantly concerned with when your next meal is or what it is, then maybe meal prepping is for you, because now that you have prepared all that food, you're definitely not wondering what it is or when it is. You're just able to pull it out of your bag, heat it up or whatever, and you're able to eat it right there and just continue on with your day, which is, I think, another great aspect to it as well. Okay, so tip number 3 is learn to cook or meal prep for yourself. I would say definitely limit the times you go out to eat. I know Danny gets fit. Usually he likes to go out a lot, but he is experienced. He's a certified nutrition coach, and he definitely knows what he's talking about, and he knows what he's doing. So it's a lot. I think it's a lot different for him. But for beginners, I definitely think eating out comes with larger portion sizes than usual. The fat content's usually higher. You don't always know what they cook with, so it's definitely a safer bet to stay at home. Not only that, but you are learning as well. You're learning about the foods you're cooking, how to control your portion sizes, what those portion sizes look like in comparison to what you regularly eat. So I definitely don't think you can go wrong. Now, also, I think if you do decide to meal prep, it definitely saves a lot of time as well throughout your week. You're not scrambling, trying to find 30 minutes to be able to prepare your food when all you did was take an hour out of your day on say Sunday and just made all your meals for that week. Food should not be like your main center of focus. So if you're constantly feeling like you are thinking about what your next meal is or when it is, I think that should definitely be an area of concentration to reduce that. Tip number 4 is don't starve yourself. So on the flip side to a lot of people having troubles with binge eating or overeating, a lot of people actually do struggle with not eating enough when they are trying to lose weight, because they think, oh well, the less I eat, the more I'll lose. I'm a case of this myself. I used to sometimes even practice bulimia and anorexia, which is not anything I think anyone should be doing. Yeah, just make sure you get in your calories. It's just it's super unhealthy. It really does nothing good for you. I mean, the scale may go down the next day, but you've done more damage. You've done more harm than good. What I mean by that is not eating is going to make you more bloated because you're trying to hold on to all the sodium and water and nutrients because your body is in starvation mode and it doesn't know when it's going to get its next meal. If you are consistent with that, it can lead to binging and just very unhealthy choices when you do decide to eat your next meal. Another thing I found is when I wasn't eating enough, I always felt like I just had like no energy. My workouts just were not there, and just my whole attitude was just negative. Okay, so 5th and final tip is drink plenty of water. Our bodies are made up of mostly water, and we excrete it every day through either going to the bathroom, sweating, skin evaporation, or just breathing in general. So when we don't replenish our body with the water every day, our bodies go into like a panic mode, and it holds on to as much water as possible because it doesn't know when it's going to get it. So it's kind of like a body shock. Drinking enough water also helps with appetite suppression. So if you've ever tried to drink a glass of water before a meal, you will definitely notice that you're not gonna eat as much off your plate, just because you do feel a lot fuller. And especially throughout my journey, I've definitely used that kind of as a mind trick to where if I'm craving something late at night, I'll just go down and chug a glass of water. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. I really hope at least one of you out there found this information useful. If you did like the video, please feel free to give it a like. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.